Joseph Kerski here with you to talk about investigations in spatial thinking. We're going to have so much fun in this course. Let me tell you a little bit about it. This course is designed to deepen your foundations and your skills with web-based mapping. It's going to enhance, I hope, your curriculum using spatial analysis with web-based maps and geographic information systems, or GIS. These geotechnology tools help foster inquiry, critical thinking, and problem-based learning through the investigation of real-world problems and issues in our world from a local to global scale, such as weather, water, business, location optimization, natural hazards, and historical and current events. This course includes 5 modules. Each is composed of discussion forums, hands-on exercises and work with geotechnologies, quizzes, and a student-directed project where you actually begin to build a web map and a project that you can use in the future. This splendid facilitated course is all online. It's asynchronous, so you can work on it whenever you choose. It includes 30 active hours of interactive tutorials, readings, exercises, and individual work and facilitated discussion. This is an online facilitated course, and it will take place over a 5-week period. eNet Colorado certified facilitators will be provided for this course. Now, this course here, this Investigations in Spatial Thinking, really builds on another course called Isn't That Spatial? Analyzing Our World Using Digital Maps and Spatial Thinking. I strongly recommend that you take that first course before taking this course. But if you're already familiar with the foundations of spatial thinking and some geotechnologies, then by all means, jump right in, and I'm glad to have you here. Thanks. Okay, let's chat about, just for a moment, a couple of objectives. How about 3 objectives for this course? First of all, upon the completion of this course, each participant will understand how to use existing web-based mapping tools and geotechnologies necessary to teach and foster spatial analysis in geography, earth and environmental sciences, history, mathematics, technology, STEM, computer science, and in other disciplines. Number 2, understand where to find data, lessons, and foundational readings and videos that focus on investigating standards-based and relevant issues to the 21st century world, including but not limited to population dynamics, water, current events, sustainable agriculture, coastal erosion, business site location, and more. Number 3, know how to use, create, and share maps to create a project of your own choosing that incorporates geotechnology skills, the spatial perspective, and the content knowledge within your own courses. So those are our 3 course objectives. Okay, investigations in spatial thinking. What are the student learning outcomes? Upon completion of this course, you, as the participant, will be able to do, I believe, 5 major things. First of all, use a greater variety of web-based mapping and GIS tools than you could before beginning this course. Specifically, you will create, save, and share data and maps using ArcGIS Online, Story Maps, and ArcGIS Explorer Online presentations. Number 2, expand your own critical thinking about maps and spatial data. Number 3, identify connections between the relevance of spatial thinking and GIS to education and society. Number 4, integrate multimedia, presentation, and assessment with geospatial technologies. And finally, number 5, plan, create, and implement an instructional project using web-based mapping tools. This course will include key readings from the GIS education research community about spatial thinking and GIS in education from research articles, online journals, and current e-newspapers. It will also engage you as the participant in some hands-on work using web-based GIS tools such as online ArcGIS, Story Maps, and ArcGIS Online presentations to investigate topics and issues from the local to global scale. Course materials will be provided via the eNet Colorado Moodle site, moodle.enetcolorado.org. Now, course requirements. Reading and watching the assigned text and videos focusing on spatial thinking. Hands-on work using web GIS tools. Responses via online forums to the readings and hands-on work. And a project of your own choosing where you incorporate spatial thinking and web-based GIS. Participant feedback and assessment are important components of this course. So in order to provide a high-quality learning experience and ensure that you as a participant receives regular feedback, facilitators will use the gradebook within the Moodle platform to document each student's performance on required assignments. In order to receive credit for the course, participants must attend and actively participate in all class modules, unless alternative arrangements have been made and approved in advance. Now, the reason for that is because success with geotechnologies, just like anything that is new and different and exciting, really requires a network of people. It requires a community of learners. And so to really learn the most about this, I think it's important for you to engage with your colleagues. Thanks. Let's chat for a moment about the weekly modules that you'll be going through. First of all, right before and a bit of overlap into when the course actually begins, I'm going to have you go through and look at the course goals, a few technical notes, structure of the course, and how to sign up for graduate credit if you so choose. Look at the syllabus. I also want you to start interacting with your colleagues, and I also want you to actively add your own data into a live web map. More about that later, because that's a powerful technology that I want you to be able to use. In week 1, I want you to basically focus on the foundations of spatial thinking. So the readings and reflections are going to be, you're going to watch and respond to the course introduction video, basically this video. You're going to read some selections from some key readings, the National Research Council report on K through 12 spatial thinking, some examples from myself and also Phil Gershmel about what spatial thinking is and why it's important. And also in the part where you're going to look at some hands-on and investigate some hands-on exercises, you're going to look at what is web mapping and what is ArcGIS Online. You're going to investigate 3 ways to tell a story with maps: ArcGIS Online multimedia maps, ArcGIS Online presentations, and Esri story maps. Also, you're going to be able to practice those skills. Then you're going to start thinking about your final project, your course project, even there in week 1. Think about the desired theme, the data, the scale, and so on. You're going to create a public personal account inside ArcGIS Online, for example, in that week 1. Week 2, I've got you looking at global population and ecoregions. So you're going to think about population density, where you live and work, and then you're going to think about global distribution of ecoregions in relationship to population density. You're going to actually open up a population density and an ecoregions map. You're going to tinker with that. You're going to look at it. You're going to look at patterns, and you're going to discuss it. Then I'm going to have you build some skills in your own project where you're going to symbolize your data. You're going to save your map. You're going to add some metadata to your map. So we'll talk more about that as the course goes on. In week 3, we're going to look at weather and water. Okay, so you're going to describe weather and water in your region. You're going to reflect on water use and weather and water flow in the USA via a USGS report. You're going to examine the relationship between terrain and watersheds. You're going to look at the relationship between current weather and current stream flow. You're going to draw some terrain profiles. You're going to examine some disaster response maps using some real-time data. And then specifically on that skill building part, you're going to add data via other means, tables, and you're going to share your map. And then you're going to also, in your project, publish your map to a template, and more about that later. That'll be really fun and useful, I hope. In the 4th week, we're going to look at business analytics. We're going to discuss data sources. We're going to look at data quality. We're going to look at privacy issues surrounding data and geotechnologies. We're going to examine 2 different patterns of businesses in a metropolitan area, and I'm going to give you a mystery business to examine. You're also going to practice embedding a map in a web page, and you're going to look at spatial patterns of other businesses. And then also on your project side in week 4, I'm going to have you add content via map tables, via some data tables. And I'm going to have you embed one of your maps in a web page. Now, 5th and final week of the course is really focused on telling a story with web maps. And you're going to discuss the effectiveness of maps as a storytelling tool. You're going to examine a few existing ArcGIS Online presentations that I've created and others have created, and you're going to create your own presentation. You might use a Volcanoes of the World web map to do that. Then, on the content and skills side, you're going to create your own presentation. You're going to think about the most useful thing that you've learned from the course, and think about topics you'd like in other courses. And then on your project, I'm going to have you create, save, and share the presentation that describes your project, and we're going to take a short survey as we finish. So there's lots of good skills, content, and perspective, geographic or spatial perspective in this course, woven throughout each one of these modules. So I hope that gives you a little taste of what we're going to do. It's going to be lots of fun. It's going to be challenging. I hope that it's useful for you. Again, give me feedback on what you like and what you don't like about the course. Thanks.